So let's find a drum rack and double click on that, open it up. Next thing we're going to want to do is go to our instruments and drag a sampler to C1, D1, F sharp 1, A sharp 1, and D2. Now let's click on the first sampler that we dragged and open up the zone. And this is where we're going to put our drum hits. Let's start with our kick. And let's drag a whole bunch of kicks. The difference between this system and just simply dragging the kicks directly to the pad is if you drag it directly to the pad, you'll only have one kick. If you drag it to this area here within a sampler, the zone, then we can play all of these samples at different times according to what I'm going to show you now. You must go to the select area here, and what you're going to want to do is right click on these samplers, these samples. Just go to this area here and go to distribute ranges equally. So what you've done right now is you can now play and select different samples according to the position of this blue line here along this ruler here. Pretty cool. So now that we have that, obviously the thing to do is to populate the rest of these guys. So I'll show you how. So the next one here is the snare. So what we're going to want to do is get out of the kicks and go to the snares, and we're going to select our snares. And we're going to drag them into there, and we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to select the selector tab and right click to distribute ranges equally, and we've done the same with the snare. Next thing we have are the closed hi-hats, and so we are going to go to our hi-hats folder, and we're going to find ourselves a whole bunch of closed hi-hats right over here, and we're going to click on all those guys, shift click that is, and we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Next ones are the open hi-hats, and so these are open hi-hats, and so we're going to put those guys in there. Once again, go to our selector, distribute ranges equally. This is fun. And then move on to the last, which are the percussions. So let's go to this tom folder right over here and select a folder I have with a whole bunch of crap. Put that in there, go to our selector, and do the same. Next thing we need to do is map our macros. So we're going to open our macro area by selecting this cute little logo right over there. And we're going to select our first kick pad and then go to our little blue arrow and right click that and choose map to macro 1. And do that with our snare to macro 2, our hi-hat to macro 3, our open hi-hat to macro 4, and our percussion to macro 5. So now we have these blue arrows mapped to be controlled via MIDI or keystroke, if you choose, by the macro that is called sample selector at the moment. And what we're going to want to do is rename that. So let's press Command R. And I'm going to stay in caps because I like that. Call that kick. Next is snare. Next is hat closed. And hat open. And last is percussion. So at this point, you should have a drum machine that is loaded, ready to go. All you need are beats.